Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled The Day Barry Alvarez Chose Michigan and Broke the Big Ten. Michigan didn't win just one national title in the late 90s, early 2000s. They won two. And the reason why? It's not Tom Brady or Charles Woodson. It's the coach who never went to Wisconsin. Because in this alternate timeline, Barry Alvarez chooses Michigan. And nothing, and I mean nothing, about the Big Ten stays the same. Let's set the table for the decision and rewind to 1990. Wisconsin football, sadly, it's irrelevant. We're talking bottom tier, no identity, no consistency. Meanwhile, Michigan is in a different spot. Not bad, not broken, but they're not dominant around this time either. They're missing something. It's not talent, it's not a lack of resources, it's a system. Now, here's where history splits. In real life, Wisconsin hires Barry Alvarez to successfully rebuild from the ground up. But in this alternate timeline, Michigan gets nervous. They see instability creeping in. They see the Big Ten changing. And they make a move early. And that sets the table for the fork in the road. In this alternate universe, Michigan offers Barry Alvarez full control, Big Ten ready talent, and an immediate contention window. Wisconsin offers a full rebuild, some early losing years, and no guarantee that things will even work. So ask yourself, if you're Barry Alvarez, do you want to build something from nothing or prove your system works at the highest level immediately? In this alternate universe, he chooses Michigan. And in that moment, Wisconsin doesn't just lose a coach, they lose their future. And that sets the table for the system arriving. Because here's a part most people miss. Barry Alvarez didn't just win games, he created the modern template for Wisconsin football. Dominant offensive lines, relentless run game, and defense that wears you down. That wasn't Wisconsin before him. That became Wisconsin because of him. Now put that at Michigan. The immediate impact is instead of trying to out-talent teams, Michigan becomes something else, a machine. An offensive line pipeline starts forming. Running backs thrive. Defense becomes physical. And suddenly, Michigan isn't just good, they're consistent. But there's the Ohio State problem. Because in the early 90s, if you wanted to matter, you had to get past them. Early on, Michigan struggles. They're building something new, and Ohio State is already established. But here's the change. Instead of trying to match Ohio State's style, Alvarez builds Michigan to counter it. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Michigan already won a national title, or at the very least a split one in 1997, so what really changes? Here's what changes. 1997 doesn't become a peak, it becomes the beginning. And that sets the table for the dynasty break. In real life, Michigan wins the 1997 national title, then they drift. Good teams, but generally not dominant. In this alternate timeline, that doesn't happen because Barry Alvarez doesn't allow it to. 1997 still happens, and Michigan wins it all with elite defense, a physical identity, and a complete team. But now there's something different behind it, long-term infrastructure. And that sets the table for the second wave. In the early 2000s, Michigan's still elite. They're still physical, still dominant in the trenches, and eventually they break through again, winning a second title in 2003. It's not a fluke, it's not a one-off, it is a system working exactly how it was designed. In this alternate timeline, Michigan didn't just win in 1997, they built something that kept on winning. Now let's set the table for the other side, Wisconsin without Alvarez. And what happens to Wisconsin? They don't become the Wisconsin we know. There's no identity, no offensive line factory, no running back pipeline. Instead, they search. They make a series of wrong hires. They have a bunch of identity changes. They do get some occasional flashes, but consistency is lacking. In this alternate timeline, they try to modernize too early. They try out the spread offense before it's stable. But one thing is clear, they never become the program that the Wisconsin program that we recognize. And the big question is, did Michigan build a dynasty or take one away? Because this isn't just about a coaching hire, it's about program identity. Because in college football, programs aren't just built on talent, they're built on systems. In real life, Barry Alvarez didn't just change Wisconsin, but in this alternate scenario, he could have changed Michigan even more. And if that happens, maybe the Big Ten doesn't cycle power like it did in real life. Maybe it becomes something much simpler. Michigan and everyone else. And if you made it this far, you already know this wasn't just a what if, this was a fork in history. So I want to know, did Michigan become a dynasty or did Wisconsin lose one? Drop your take in the comments, like the video if you're into these alternate college football timelines, and subscribe if you want more college football what ifs that actually change everything. And I'll see you in the next timeline.